right bloody now then. All you are living nostalgia. Oh, what's all you are? Just nothing. What nostalgia? I'm going to tell you right now, W3L needs a fresh face. That fresh face is Bobby Roberts. That's why we have a bet. I want a title match right bloody now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is set for one fall and it's for the W3L Heavyweight Championship.
As Roberts doesn't even attempt to out-wrestle him. Musso, he's not forgotten those knee lefts, and Roberts with a side slam drives him down. He knew it of old. Everybody knows the needless is Musso. Spending a year and a half out as Musso hits the merchandiser. And of course Bobby Roberts has goaded him into it. Challenged him, calling it a nostalgia act as Musso hits the flying clothesline. Again trying the blunt force. Oh, they hit the ref! Bobby Roberts got out the blunt force from and just shoved Musso in. He kicks him low and spikes him with the DDT. And speaking of new faces, it goes into Musso's face. Roberts gets rid of the evidence. Musso's down. And Roberts may be about to pull off the biggest heist you've ever seen. That's a two. Wait, hang on, who is that? That's Looking Sharp. Looking Sharp has appeared and has pulled the ref from the ring. What the hell's going on? And he's thrown a chair in the ring. What? Where did Looking Sharp come from? Oh, and he assaults Musso. He attacks Musso with a chair. Roberts trying to tell the ref, and I don't think he's expecting this. Oh, bell sounds. Roberts disqualified. Musso wins. And Roberts trying to pull Looking Sharp off Mike Musso. I don't think this was planned. Oh, Roberts is annoyed. Oh, and Looking Sharp's feared from nobody. Ah, Bobby Roberts nails him. Bobby Roberts nails Looking Sharp. Mike Musso wins by DQ. What absolute chaos.
I'm supposed to be here enjoying myself. I just won the European title, but again, another camera gets stuck in my face. Just like last week on Wrestling Showdown, Stevie Wizard comes, sticking microphones in my face. Tell us, Looking Sharp, tell us what's going on with you and Bobby Roberts and Mike Musso. Bobby, you are my brother, and I got no beef with Big Beefy. But if you're going to stand in the way of me in the W3L World Championship, you're just going to be another victim. And I know I swore. If you don't like my language, censor it out. Alright? Looking Sharp's real. Looking Sharp's as real as it gets. Alright? Looking Sharp's the realest thing in W3L Worldwide Wrestling League. Looking Sharp, European Cruiserweight Champion. That's worldwide. That's what you should have on your mind right now, Mike Musso. You shouldn't be worrying about a bad back. Nah. You should be worrying about the biggest opportunity of your life, Mike Musso. Everybody that you've been in the ring with, not one of them is on my level, Mike. Okay? And sure, it'll be a big deal for Lou if I become the W3L World Championship, but it is guaranteed to be a big deal for you, Mike, just getting to share a ring with the king of professional wrestling. And I got the crown to prove it. And I'll take yours.
Hello everybody and welcome to Wrestling Showdown. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for having hit that subscribe button. If you've not, please do so, because you really want it. If you saw last week's episode, you saw how chaotic that was, and I'm sure it's only going to get worse as the weeks go on, so don't miss an episode. Hit subscribe. At the start of the show, we saw highlights from last week. Mike Musso being confronted by Bobby Roberts, that impromptu match for the Heavyweight Championship. Looking Sharp interfering. Who could have predicted that? And then we've just heard from the self-proclaimed king of wrestling, Looking Sharp. He's made his intentions clear. He wants to be the W3L Heavyweight Champion. He's very confident that he can do it. I mean, he's just won the UEW Cruiserweight title, so getting championships is something that he can easily do, and he has his eyes set on becoming the new W3L heavyweight champion. But what about the current heavyweight champion? What about Mike Musso? Well, I'm going to be speaking to him a little later on, so stay tuned for that. But let's be honest, folks, as much fun as this is, nothing beats seeing us live and in person. And you can see us live and in person because we are live and unlocked. That's right, we're coming back to live action. We are hitting Gala Shields. It's our first event back in front of the fans. September 5th. Come out, see us. You're going to be our first crowd since the pandemic. So come out and see us. Gala Shields is always an amazing event. Then, as you can see, we are going to be in Linlithgow later in the month. And we're going to follow that with Grangemouth the month after. 3 fantastic live events. You can come out and see us. But of course, all eyes are already focused on Dunfermline on Saturday, October 16th. It is going to be Resolution 14, and it is going to be our biggest event of the year. Not that we've run a lot of events this year, but this is the one everybody wants. Resolution is always WTL's biggest event. Everyone wants to be part of it, and these live events are going to help shape Resolution. Now you can get your tickets from our website, or if you bought tickets for these events last year pre-pandemic and you still got them, they remain valid. Don't worry, all is good. Let me quickly thank our sponsors, Cushies in Dunfermline. They are co-sponsoring Resolution 14. If you like Indian food, check out Cushies. And of course, Crafty Connoisseur. They sponsor all of our live events. If you love spirits, if you love the kind that you don't get in the shops, you want something a bit better quality, hit up Crafty Connoisseur. Make a purchase from Crafty and indeed from Cushies as well. Tell them that we said hello. Now, to whet your appetite for what's going on, to whet your appetite for our live events, let's look at this week's match, because we've got a defence of the Breakout Championship. This was the heavyweight last week, Breakout this week, and Rhoderick Jones is back in action. He's been champing at the bit to get back into the ring and defend the Breakout Championship, and he's going to have a difficult task ahead of him. He's facing W3L newcomer Sean Martin, a man that Rhoderick Jones has never wrestled before. He's never met, knows nothing about him. Management have been impressed by Sean Martin and have given him this opportunity. This is only week 2 of our return to some sort of normality. Are we going to see a brand new Breakout champion? Who can say? Let's get down to ringside and find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest will be for the W3L Breakout Championship. Introducing in the corner to my right, he is your challenger. This is Sean Martin. His opponent in the corner to my left, he is the W3L Breakout Champion, Rhoderick Jones.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on Wrestling Showdown. And unlike last week when we had a very impromptu and unexpected match for the Heavyweight Championship, this one is pre-planned. We knew it was happening. The Breakout title is up for grabs. Rhoderick Jones defending his newcomer Sean Martin. And he is a newcomer as well. He only started training in 2017 throughout the west of Scotland. This is his first ever appearance in W3L, and you might of course wonder why somebody making their first appearance is getting a shot at the Breakout Championship. Let's not forget that Breakout Championship is designed for anyone who has never held a championship in W3L, particularly younger and less experienced wrestlers. The way the contract for the Breakout title is structured is it's a kind of open contract, and management can basically bring anybody in to compete for the title. It makes it such a competitive division. And Rhoderick Jones reigns atop it, and when he won the Breakout Championship here in Wrestling Showdown at the end of January 2020. Obviously barely got his feet under the table, as it were, before the pandemic kicked in and everything had to shut down. So he doesn't necessarily want to lose the title in his first time of asking since W3L has returned. As Sean Martin just gets out and takes control of the arm and applies from the chin lock here. Of course, W3L is back Saturday 16th of October, all eyes are on Dunfermline, all eyes are on Resolution 14. It's our biggest event of the year. We told you we'd be back, and we will. And let's not forget, we are going to be live and unlocked with live events in Galashiels, Linlithgow and Grangemouth as well. Tickets available from W3L Original tickets that you may have purchased for these events last year do remain valid. So come out and see W3L live. I'm sure we'll be seeing both of these people. One of them will be the Breakout Champion, but which one? Maybe Rhoderick Jones or Sean Martin. Not quite done yet. It's a big opportunity for this young man. He's only had maybe a couple of matches in his career. And so to win the Breakout title his first time in WFL will be a big deal, as Rhoderick Jones went for the silencer and got rammed into the top turnbuckle. And of course the question, much like last week with Mike Musso and Bobby Roberts, has to be just how fit are these men, because of course you can exercise, you can train as much as you want in your downtime. During the pandemic when there was no wrestling, but nothing quite beats being in the ring and competing. So we'll see what sort of shape both men are in. As Martin just throttling Rhoderick Jones on that middle rope. And here's an interesting thing. Sean Martin, he's like the silent fury, because he never actually speaks. He doesn't say anything. No words emanate from his mouth. I believe he's not mute. Oh, hang on, goes for the cover. Could this be it? He's not mute by any means. He can talk, he just doesn't. You speak to him backstage, you may get a nod of the head or a shake of the head as the case may be. But you saw when he was interacting with the referee there, didn't say anything to him like most wrestlers would. Just kind of indicate, just minds. It's very unnerving, because of course you hit him and you get no sound. He doesn't scream in pain, doesn't groan in agony, as goes for the cover after that elbow. He makes no noise, so you don't know how much damage you're doing. It's very odd, very unsettling. It's a very strange character as Sean Martin. Rhoderick Jones comes off the ropes, but ran right into that clothesline. As Martin goes to the cover, knows the benefit in not giving Rhoderick Jones a moment. Of course the downside, Sean Martin's only had, like I say, maybe 1 or 2 matches at best, so there's no way Rhoderick Jones can prepare for him or scout him. But Jones, he's all over the W3L network, and of course you can find him on the W3L box office, where you can of course see the biggest events, the biggest stars and the biggest matches in W3L. Go check out W3Lboxoffice.com if you haven't already. Martin's no doubt watched that, he's no doubt seen Rhoderick Jones in action, so has an idea what he can bring to the table. Jones comes off the ropes, ducks that clothesline. It's Martin's turn, we're getting a crisscross here. Both men with the same idea and clothesline each other. Applying the count. We'll see who gets their feet first, who's got enough intestinal fortitude, as the saying goes. Again, Rhoderick Jones wants to march on to our live events, wants to march on to Resolution as the Breakout Champion. But Sean Martin wants to do that as well, as Rhoderick Jones caught with the clothesline, and again. Oh, he's setting him up. He's acquired his target, and rams the shoulder block right into his midsection. Oh, reverse neck breaker, drops him with it. And Rhoderick Jones, he's slow to follow up, but he's going for the cover. Doesn't get it though. Jones maybe wasn't expecting this much fight from Sean Martin, maybe a little slower. And at least so far we've not had anybody interfere like Looking Sharp did last week. Of course we've heard from Mike Musso his thoughts on that subject. And so he's going for the silencer, went for it earlier on and takes a forearm at the back of the skull. Sean Martin has knocked Rhoderick Jones out cold. We're going to have ourselves a brand new Breakout Champion. But Rhoderick Jones, how on earth was he able to get out with that one? Martin avoided the silencer at the start of the match, then avoided it again and smacked Rhoderick Jones with that forearm. That would have knocked out a lesser competitor. But Jones, that shows you just how much the Breakout title means Jawbreaker. And he's just going to set up the silencer, he's trying for it again, comes off the turnbuckles and drives down Sean Martin, shoulder to chin. Rhoderick Jones, he covers and scores the pinfall victory.
The word of the match, and still W3L Breakout Champion, Rhoderick Jones.
It was no easy task. He had to earn his victory, but Rhoderick Jones walks away still the W3L Breakout Champion.
Rhoderick Jones managing, albeit barely, to retain the Breakout Championship over Sean Martin, who looked very impressive. I'm sure we'll be seeing him in the not too distant future here in W3L. But Rhoderick Jones marches on to our live events. This is them, where we're going to be live and unlocked, and he will no doubt be defending the Breakout Championship at least one of these events, if not all of them. These, of course, are a return to live action. It's Gala Shields, it's Linlithgow, it's Grangemouth. All original tickets do remain valid. If you bought them last year pre-pandemic, then don't worry, they're still valid. You don't have to do anything, but if you do have any questions, get in touch via the website or our Facebook page and we'll put your mind at rest. And of course, Resolution 14 on the horizon. Everyone wants to be part of the biggest W3L event, and if you do too, tickets for that event and our Live and Unlocked tour all are available from our website, as are DVDs and t-shirts. You can pick up an amazing W3L t-shirt, get one now, so you've got it, you can wear it to the live events. It makes sense, right? Again, all available from our website. I want to thank our sponsors, Cushies and Dunfermline. They're co-sponsoring Resolution 14. And of course, Crafty Connoisseur, they sponsor all of our live events. And incidentally, as we begin to travel up and down the country, as we always do, if you or someone you know would like to sponsor an event, or maybe 2 or 3 or whatever, get in touch and we'll see if we can make that happen. But I mentioned all of those tickets and the t-shirts, they're available from our website, is w3lwrestling.com. Make your purchases there and send them to the mailing list while you are at it. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us on Instagram, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Use that hashtag. Did you enjoy Rhoderick Jones versus Sean Martin? What do you think about the situation with Luke King Sharp, Bobby Roberts and Mike Musso? Get in touch and let us know. And speaking of Mike Musso, I'm about to get in touch. I believe he is down the line, as they say. Mike, I hope you can hear me. The first question I've got to ask, and I know it's the one everybody's been asking about, but how's the back?
Yeah, Wizard. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm disappointed in your line of questioning, though. I thought the question was going to be, where can you get your very own Wrestling Soldier W3L Be the Best t-shirt? And the answer to that is, of course, W3LWrestling.com, the same place that you can get tickets to all our upcoming live events. But on to the matter at hand, if I must address your question, we're not even at week 2 yet of W3L Wrestling Showdown's return to action, and it's already chaos, and that's just in the office. And I'm sick and tired of it. And the thing that I'm most sick and tired about is everybody being overly concerned about my back. Now listen, Bobby Roberts stepped up to the plate, he wanted the championship, he took his opportunity and he zeroed in on the back like anybody with an ounce of common sense would do. I don't blame him for that at all. And if I remember rightly, I did walk out of the ring at the end of all that. Things didn't go to plan for me, things didn't go to plan for Bobby. I'm not sure what Luke and Sharp's plan was, but the bottom line is I walked out of that ring. I can stand up and down, I'm good. There is no issue with my back. So I just want to cut that crap out right now. I'm fed up of hearing about it. And the more well-meaning people like yourself, Wizard, and I know you mean well, the more you talk about my back, the more you're helping paint this big target on it and make people think that my back's about to explode or some kind of nonsense. But what you really want to ask me is what we're going to do about all this. That's the question that I thought you were going to ask.
Fair enough, I can't argue that. Let me ask you this then, Mike. You've got Bobby Roberts coming out for the heavyweight title. You've got Luke King Sharp coming at you for the heavyweight title. I mean, you're being beset by challengers from all sides. The question has to be, surely, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked that question, Wizard. I've got an idea.
See, an idea, ping, light bulb goes off. I've had so long. I've had nearly 2 years to think of ideas. So I'm a bit. My mind's going a bit quicker. It's quick fire. Boom, boom, boom. Idea. Here's the idea. How about Bobby Roberts grabs the strongest horse he can find, saddles up, and strolls into Wrestling Showdown next week? How about looking sharp? He's maybe going to grab a donkey, but let me tell you something, those mule kicks that he was throwing at me last week, they left their mark. So he's no one to be underestimated. He's going to saddle up, and you bring yourself to Wrestling Showdown next week. And what I suggest, since you guys both want this so much, both of you can saddle up. Both of you can come to Wrestling Showdown next week, and all three of us can sign a contract. Resolution, October 16th, Carnegie Leisure Centre in Dunfermline. Musso, Roberts, Sharp, I'll give both of you the opportunity. The time for talking will be over. The time for sneak attacks will be over. We'll all be training for the match. We'll all know exactly what's happening. And the end result will be who's standing with the W3L Heavyweight Championship. And I guarantee you, if either of you are going to take this from me, you're going to need the fight of your life.
Well, thank you, Mike. Yeah, I guess that's what's going to happen then, ladies and gentlemen. I said before, hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss next week's episode. We are going to have a contract signing right here on Wrestling Showdown. Mike Musso, Bobby Roberts, looking sharp. They will sign to meet in the main event of Resolution 14. You do not want to miss this event. Tickets for it are on sale right now from our website. Make sure you are here next week for this historic contract signing.